Hello and welcome to this lesson. So in this lesson, I'm going to show you an example of a daily annotation that you might actually use in your study journal. So essentially what I've done here is I've annotated the various sessions that we have already looked at. So what you want to do is actually ensure, so this is an annotation that has been done after the market has already created this price action. But what you want to do is take those sessions, Asian session, London session, and the New York session, annotate them in your chart. So you can either annotate them, I like annotating using this rectangular, but you can also use the indicators I have already demonstrated. But essentially this is the best approach because you'll be more in tune to the annotations that you're making, rather than just turning on an indicator. Essentially, once you annotate Asian before, so imagine for a moment that this price action has not occurred, all this price action during this day, then it means that you annotate the Asian session, the London session, and the New York session, and then because there's no observation to be made, or rather if there's anything you can observe, then you just do that. You annotate it and then you put it in your study journal as the before. So that daily annotation should be placed as before, and then after now the daily chart has, or rather the daily has closed, the price action has ended, especially after 12 p.m. New York time, or you can wait for the next day and then come back to this previous day now and annotate that. Then you want to now check what happened during Asian session, during London session, and New York session. So those are the annotations that I've included here. So if you can look, if you start from Asian session, you can see that from 8 p.m. that is our Asian session beginning point. Then the market rallied higher, created this high, then it consolidated into midnight open. Then you can see the market now drove higher, taking out that high. So that is what I've indicated here as London session created high of the day at 1:45 a.m. after taking out Asian highs at these are the highs that were taken out, 22:30 p.m. highs. So those are the highs that were taken out, and then after creating that high, you can see that the market now, London session, then dropped 50 pips, creating a low at 5:45 a.m. So the low that I'm indicating is this low right there, which is the low of 5:45 a.m. So that is the end of London session, and any other observation that you can make, just indicate it in your chart, but ensure that you remain neat, and anything that you annotate in your charts should not be cluttered, so your chart should remain clean. So and then after 5:45, now we are entering New York session at 7 a.m. So the observation is that the market now started retracing back into this London's range and creating a high at 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. is right here. Then after 10 a.m. we started dropping slightly into 12 noon, but then the market entered into a consolidation, even though it is moving lower, but essentially this is just a consolidation waiting for the next day. So that is how you can go ahead and annotate your charts and record your observations. So once you record your observation in your charts, you take a screenshot, then you go to your study journal. Then anything that you can observe, maybe that you have not annotated, maybe for instance I indicated here that high of the day was created at 1:45 a.m. that was right here was the high of the day for this day, and then low of the day was created at 5:45 a.m. So 5:45 a.m. is right there. So that is essentially the annotation that I've included here, that I did not maybe include it in the charts, but make sure as much information is included in your screenshot as possible, but always keeping it neat. So that is how you can go ahead and now compile that information that you have learned using this time zone. So make sure that you're just annotating the entire time zones, the Asian, London, and New York. You don't do it separately, but you do it at the same time within the same day. Then the observations you make at the end of the day, you come and record them in one screenshot, then you record it in your study journal. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.